When we were younger, we used to compare ourselves to our siblings, neighbors, or schoolmates, or our friends from school. Then social media came. We are now comparing ourselves to strangers. They are completely unknown to us. But after viewing their posts, we comment that they appear to be very content and contrast our lives with theirs. It has taken us far from ourselves today. From our own self, we have separated. Because we have started telling ourselves that the whole world is happy. Just look at how sorrowful my life is. Only because we find people to be happy on social media, we read other people's posts and say, wow, they are holidaying in that place. They are still on vacation. And then couples look at each other and say, look how happy everyone else is, and look at our life. We are eating curry and dal, and look at how they are enjoying. This is a simple way to spoil our own destiny. We judged our future while gazing at other people and held the opinion that everyone else is happy. They are unaware that the individuals who uploaded their photos may even be thinking about divorcing. This is true. These days it does happen. By merely contrasting our lives with their lives, we are sabotaging our own destiny. And because of thinking they have more and we have less, we start complaining the moment when there is a slightest issue. If we keep complaining, we will find defects in even perfect things. But if we have gratitude, then even things that are not right will seem fine. Because we are being grateful, today if we start finding faults in this whole, we will find at least 100 mistakes. We can point at this and that and the other and say nothing is fine. We will feel sad when we find so many faults. The whole is the way it is. But what is my perspective about it? If I pick on 10 mistakes, I will say to myself, what a useless place have all gathered in. How can I be happy? On the other hand, if we just come and even before noticing anything, you will find everything to be perfect. Everything around us will appear perfect if the mind is perfect. Nothing around us will appear to be perfect if the mind is imperfect. We view life through this lens, so to speak. The mind or the soul is similar to a lens. The world will become visible to us in the same way that the lens does. Let's establish a habit. Let's start each morning by being grateful. Can we show appreciation? What else will you be appreciative of? The first person to thank is God. Let's say everything in your life is going wrong. Will you give thanks to God? We even complain to God at times. Why is my destiny like this? Can't you see the hardships I am facing? And yet you are not helping me despite seeking your help. We keep complaining to God, being grateful or complaining. It is not dependent on my situation. It depends on my sanskars. It has nothing to do with my situation absolutely. Even if everything is falling apart, even if nothing is going right, yet wake up in the morning and say, Dear God, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Very grateful to you. Next, give thanks to your mind and body. And then give thanks to all the people around you in your life. Once you express gratitude to them, it indicates that you have extended blessings to them. Those who look after you, those who are at your service, those who speak to you tenderly, be sure to thank them. How about those who cause you trouble? Give thanks to those who respect you. How about those who make fun of you? Shouldn't we be thankful to them? Why to show them gratitude? Actually, you should be incredibly appreciative of them. Don't go to them to thank them though. They will continue to make fun of you. What does being thankful mean? Do you know, if everyone around us appreciates us, that is not always very good for our health. Because as we keep getting appreciation, what else keeps increasing? Ego keeps increasing. Those who trouble us, they actually help us in reducing our ego. So how grateful should we be to them? Shall we be grateful to them or not? Unless they come in front of us, unless they do a mistake, how will my power to tolerate get used? How will my power to forgive get used? How will my power to bend or adjust get used? Only when they come into my life, my ego reduces. We need to be most grateful to them. Exams are very important in life. A student will never realize how well he has studied unless there are exams. Therefore, all of these bothersome individuals are comparable to life's mini exams. Exams deserve our deepest gratitude and love. They actually lose when we thank them, while we win. Because despite what they did to you, you are thanking them. They lose as a result and you triumph. If they are even slightly off, we start complaining about it. Then they win and we lose. They will trouble us even more if they succeed. We lose more the more they bother us. And we begin to lose our own fortune. So the first homework for today is to give gratitude. Gratitude is not dependent on what is happening in my life. Gratitude should be my sanskar. If you have maid who comes every morning to clean your house, the day she comes, gratitude to her. What about the day when she doesn't come? Grateful to her for not coming today. It gives me a chance to clean the house. Gratitude. That is it. Otherwise, what do we say? She hasn't come. She take leave at will. And my husband conveniently left for office. Because of one situation, my mind creates 1,000 thoughts. She will anyway not come. And I'll have to clean the house anyhow. But what good are cleaning the house and staining the mind? I have no control over whether the housekeeper will arrive or not. The way I choose to perceive the situation, however, is entirely up to me. No matter what happens, that should be my frame of reference. Even in that circumstance, I should search for advantages, because every circumstance will result in a gain. God gives us a lovely lesson in this. Our first thought should always be, there is a benefit for me even in this situation, whenever a challenge arises in our lives. All of you say it once. Now bring up a challenging situation on the screen of your mind. It could be a small situation, a big problem, or even a crisis. Look at that situation and tell the situation, there is a benefit even in this for me. Repeat it once. Do you know that there is benefit in every situation of life? Provided that we say there is a benefit in the situation. But what we often do is, as soon as a challenge comes up, we say, this is such a big problem. What will I do now? Everything will go wrong. The size of the situation will be small, but by speaking and thinking that way about it, the problem grows while we become smaller. Situation triumphs, we fail. However, if we respond, there is definitely a benefit in it for me. a problem will arise. It implies that as we ascend, the current circumstances remain below. The situation loses while we win. As we continue to triumph, our fate rises higher and higher. Our circumstances have no bearing on our destiny. We must incorporate particular words into our language or vocabulary, and we must experiment without presuming that I will somehow benefit from it. Say it first, then decide to trust it. In a few days, you will find that your belief is right. There will certainly be a benefit. If you rewind your life, several situations in life would be such that you worried about why it happened and what will happen next. But after a few months or sometimes even after many years, you will be able to say what happened was actually good. I have actually benefited from it. How many of you have faced such situations where on hindsight you realized that it was good for you? Almost everybody. When it happens, we question, why did this happen? After a while we say, what happened worked out for me. However, if we had said that day that whatever happened was good, we would not have lost our luck that day by causing mental turbulence. Since everything externally will eventually be advantageous, even the most difficult situations begin to become simple when we think clearly internally. However, when our thinking is flawed, even the simplest of circumstances can become challenging. People today claim that life has grown incredibly complicated. Life is not difficult. Our thinking has become convoluted. Life is actually quite simple. Our thoughts become complicated. In any situation, suppose your child has worked very hard and studied well. She had set a goal of how much she has to score. She had aimed at a particular score and joined a particular college. It is very important to have a goal. Just check how this works. Set a goal, work hard along with determination. Keep your karmas 100% perfect. But thereafter, if we do not get the result which we wanted, we do not get admission in the college which we had preferred, then let's just think that I have benefited from attending this college, which is why I was admitted. I received an admission here, but not there for my own benefit. When a student enrolls in college, they may think there must be something in it for me. That student will then succeed there. On the other hand, if a student attends even the best college but thinks, I didn't want to come here, that student is in trouble. I aspired to get into that university. My experience was neither right nor admirable. Even if that student doesn't think like this, parents or neighbors will do so. People keep asking, did you not get admission in that college? This one is just ordinary. Then the student will hold on to it in the mind on the background for an entire lifetime. The student will constantly think, what happened with me is not right. The student will go through an entire life with this victim feeling, and that becomes a sanskar eventually. The moment something is not favorable, that person will keep saying, what happened with me is not good, it is not right. Whatever happened in life has happened. Even if good things do occur, they won't be apparent to that person. Life is inside of us, not here outside. Regardless of what we are doing in life today, do you think the college we attended has had a significant impact? Do people ever inquire about your college of choice? Do people ever inquire about your college GPA? But we had made that day the most significant event in our lives. We will give it everything we have while studying. But sometimes our elevated karmas will take us to a different place and not where we wanted to go. We feel it is wrong for us. No, it is right for us. But because I had an attachment for something else to happen, I will not be able to see anything good in the other thing that has happened. It is not about what has happened. It is about how I am thinking about whatever has happened. We need to work hard in everything. We need to make efforts in everything. After that, whatever is the result, we need to accept that result with gratitude and say just one line, "Dear God, thank you very much. Although I was considering going there, you advised me to come here instead. I am positive there is something in it for me. So use this to improve your mental state. After that, attend this college, perform above your capabilities, and achieve success beyond your wildest expectations. You will be able to state that what occurred was absolutely correct and beneficial. Coming here was entirely proper. It all comes down to how we think. And if we don't take action, however, if we don't do this, we will say that even though everything is fine, it is not quite good enough. It ought to have been superior. I should have had a little more than this. There is no feeling of fulfillment. So no matter what situation comes up, what blessing will we give it, there is benefit for me even in this situation. Tomorrow, even if you get to know about an illness in your body, it won't happen. So do not worry. But even if you fall ill, even then you say, there is a benefit in this for me. I was not valuing my life at all. Now I will correct my lifestyle. I will work on my diet and exercise. Not just me, but even my family will rectify everything. After 6 months, we will offer gratitude to that illness, because we would have continued living the same unhealthy lifestyle if it weren't for the illness. You arrived, and as a result you altered our family's way of life. So people accept our sincere gratitude. Even with that illness, gratitude. It is merely a viewpoint. Can you honestly say that every circumstance is to your advantage? Put a situation on the mental monitor as you close your eyes. Look at it and thank it for entering your life. You come to boost my inner strength. I have a strong soul. God is in my corner. God is by my side. And I am certain beyond a doubt that only and only ideal circumstances occur with me. Even this situation holds a very big benefit for me. Thank you to this situation. Can you say this? We need to do this every day for a few days, because we are changing the way our mind thinks. Our mind, which could find faults in everything, we are teaching the mind to find the good even when something is not right, because it is our perspective. If I want, I can find fault in each of these flowers, or if I want, I can lovingly preserve even a wilted flower. It is my choice, and it is not dependent on the flowers. If we start doing these things from today, the soul battery will never get discharged. It will always remain full. It will never run out of space, no matter how someone acts. Always keep in mind that the season is such that everyone's soul power has somewhat discharged. And anyone, even your kids, could be the victim. It may be due to environmental or media influences, in which case everything we hear, read, and watch throughout the day is influenced. So everyone's soul power has slightly decreased. Anybody can suddenly act in any way. We should remember it is a sign of depletion of soul power. We should be extremely merciful towards such a soul. Why do we instead get angry at a weak soul? We should not be angry all of a sudden. This is the formula to attain peace in our mind and end all problems of our life.